Hey, I was asked. Oh, I'm lagging again. So I was asked for just like a guide for how to get a bunch of stuff. I made one a little while ago, but I think I probably need to update it. I'm not gonna take that video down, of course, because I'm gonna milk this topic. But yeah. So this is gonna be how to get to the progression point of the Galactic Rune, which is here Octosexagentillion? No, Octosexagentillion RPS. Um, so yeah, right. So first, you want to start off. You need to be tier. It is 13, right? 13. All right. So first, you need to be tier 13. Um, by the way, to unlock Realm 2, if you do not have the 50 nonillion prisms, what you want to do is first off, make sure you've maxed out everything, and then go over to the talent tree and just start spamming that polychrome rune. That's how you get a whole bunch of those prisms, right? Um, if you want a faster way to get prisms, you could. I'm pretty sure one of these. Oh, okay. Never mind. Forget what I was gonna say. But if you do want more RPS, you want to get loot, which is a secret stat. Let me go show you where it is. So back here, there's a little like exit area, and then you can go over, walk over to this island with a yellow mushroom, and it has that funny little guy there. You can get loot once every 10 minutes. However, for me, it says 6 hours and 10 minutes. Not really sure why, but it gives you just a tiny bit more rune bulk. This will actually be very important later, but for the stage of before realm 2, um you just want to try to get as much rune speed as possible to get as many polychrome runes as possible. So yeah, there's that. Also, I would highly recommend not buying the multiplication of prisms game pass, simply because I have, once you like go a little bit further into the game, you get quite a bit of prisms. Let me turn on scientific notations. I have that many prisms, right? So just that Game Pass is not worth it. Also, don't buy times two and times three energy. Oh, another thing not to buy. Don't buy this. Because just don't buy. Okay, don't buy this. Do not buy additive rune book. Do not buy this. All right. Don't buy this. I would recommend not buying this. I think you can buy this if you've maxed out all the hidden talents, but before that, don't buy it. Of course, those are fine. And then this is, I'm pretty sure it's not worth it, so I would recommend not buying this unless you've maxed out all the hidden talents. Um, okay, so now I'm gonna begin with the hidden runes and stuff. So first off, to get to tier 13, you're gonna definitely need a whole lot of runes and just a whole lot of grinding. It takes a good quite a few hours. So here are the two runes in the Arctic world. Uh, wait, what am I even talking about? Anyways, so if you go into the talent tree, you will find, you should find rune starring around here somewhere, right here. Also chromatize. Do make sure you get a couple of chromatize levels. They're pretty important. Um, but anyways, rune starring. It's this. It's the last talent. It is a mega talent. I believe it costs some chromium, and I think that's all it costs. I'm not super sure. Oh yeah, it costs chromium and a couple of the best non-hidden rune from Arctic, which is Sub Zero. It costs like 10 Sub Zeros or something like that. Um, and of course the chromium it costs, which it's not that much. So once you unlock rune starring, here's the little thing for rune starring. Um, so you want to start with color. You just need vibrance for it. You just get a whole bunch of it, come over here, start it up, uh, and then go back, get more, start it up, and at the last superstar, for all of them, superstar is the highest level. After that, I would recommend getting polychrome. And then before you go over and try to do any of the other ones, since the maximum tier resets all the runes, you will have to go back to polychrome and get some more reflections. No, refractions. Sorry, I said that wrong. After that, you want to get Arctic, of course, and then make sure you get it back up to where basically where you were before after starting it. Now, 5 million royal is something that you will need to grind a whole lot before you can get. I'll just go through the hidden runes first. Odyssey is a very rare hidden rune, and I'll show you that a little bit later. So first off, there's the Bloom rune, which is I believe it gives you, what does it give you? It gives you an absolutely useless multiplier of spheres, but also it unlocks a talent tree upgrade, which is going to be in realm 2, and it is in the very corner right here. So chromium starts boosting rune luck. Now don't get too excited. Its maximum amount is only times 2, but that should help you with the 5 million royal and 5 million regular runes, and perhaps the later when you get the refractions and arctics, I mean sub-zeros for rune starring. Okay, so once you got that, let's see, what is after? So I've got a little list here. So after that, the two, I guess, ones after that are going to be the, just right after in rarity. So the superstar rune is pretty much absolutely useless. The talent upgrade, which costs 1,000 Robux tokens, do not buy it. Uh, but you've got Aether and something else. Let's see. Aether and Vexed are the two hiddens for Polychrome, one in 15 billion and one in 50 billion. These are not affected by rune luck. No hidden rune is affected by rune luck, so don't be confused when you get like none of them, even though you're getting a whole ton of refractions, right? Also, in case you're wondering what refraction, the chest spawn chance does, when you're fighting the mobs, there's a chance that a chest spawns and it can give you potions and stuff like that. Speaking of potions, make sure you pretty much always have them active. It's just good to have active. If you need some potions, here are some codes real quick. Just it's not going to be all of them, but first off, you've got 10M. The M is capitalized. The 10 is the number 10. 10M, right? All right, let me just actually type it in. 10M. That is already redeemed. And then let me see the potion ones. All right, so you got Unchained. Boom. And then that's 40 potions of all kinds, except for the server and global. And then there's No Clip. And then let's see. Let me see the. Okay, there seems to be no other ones here. Oh yeah, Rich Off Prisms. It's a Robux token one, but we all love Robux tokens. Alright, now, once you've gotten your Aethers and your Vextids, your Vex. Actually, I didn't. That's not the order I did it. I did not max out. Okay, so there's a max amount of the boost you can get. I did not max these out first. Instead, I got like a couple Aethers, and then I kind of just went over to the 5 million Royal, and I got Imperial until I was able to basically just AFK it. And once I was able to AFK it, then I just kept going until I got where is it? Sovereign, which gives you a couple more thousand rune bulk, which is one of the reasons you should not get the plus rune bulk. Imperial also increases your chromium gain, so that's pretty nice. Um, so that's that. Imperial also increases the amount of tickets you get, right? Uh, so after that, I went over and I got Thorn from Nature, and that is one in. Actually, wait, hang on. Before I did that, I actually got this rune before any hidden runes. It was. Oh, I am lagging so bad. All right, so if you go over here to Arctic, there is a blizzard rune. It gives you a pretty small boost, but it's modest, but it's not exactly terrible. Times 1.3 rune bulk. It also unlocks a ticket perk. If you, it's usually around here. If you cannot find it, scroll around or go to the first world ticket perks. By this point in time, you should have just all the ticket perks like maxed automatically, basically. Um, After that, I went and I got mystery. Where is it? All right. So this is a 1 in a trillion, which is a little bit more expensive here. Uh, where is it? There it is. So it subtracts Roblox token cooldown. It gives you a tiny rune bulk boost per mystery. At max, it's only times 5. But Thorn, I would recommend getting that just first, I guess. Um, just cause. And then I'm pretty sure it unlocks a yes, a ticket perk, and that ticket perk, by the way, would be in the realm two. In realm two, now because Thorn also boosts your ticket gain, now you are no longer ticket gated, which just means that your ticket gain is not as high as your RPS. So you should be able now to get Kingslayer, which Kingslayer is quite a good thingy. So 100 times rune speed and rune luck, pretty nice, huh? So yeah, that's that. And then after that is a rune named Divinity, which is 1 in 75. Let's see. Wait. Okay, 1 in 75 quadrillion. I'm looking through to see if I've missed anything, but and it looks like I have not. All right. So 1 in 75 quadrillion. It gives you a plus rune bulk boost. A little bit slow to gain, but that's that. Once you're done with that, you can go over to the polychrome rune and get abyssium from here. All right. So now, where is he? All right, abyssium gives you a ticket boost and a rune bulk boost. And then after that, it's right back to 5 million royal. But because I don't really want to walk everywhere and it takes precious time that your attention span does not allow for, I'm probably going to just sit on the Galactic Rune and flex how far I am in the game right now, just so you're more inspired to watch the video. Let me align myself on here. Okay. All right. So you go to 5 million royal after what I just said, and you should be able to get prosperity. This gives you a lot higher chest chance and rune speed, um, more rune speed. After this, you're going back to polychrome for oscillion. Where is he? All right. Um, Once you get oscillion and a couple other of the carrot rune bulk boosts, multiplication of rune bulk becomes much better. Uh, After oscillion, you go to basic, and we have not actually touched these very much. We go back to basic for hyper finality. This one is the first exponential, I believe, and it is a very long grind, very very long. It has a perk which I believe is a rune speed multiplication perk. It is in the second realm, and if it's not, of course, just check the first realm for it. And then after hyperfinality, there is Garmin, which is, or actually, Oki Garmin Video Spike Churn. It gives you a ticket multiplier, what, which is, well, what a stutter. That would be useful for maxing out the ticket perk for hyperfinality. All right. So after that, there is Gleam from the color rune, and Gleam is the first non-easy to get hidden from the color rune. It gives you a nice little boost here. Not a very slow process. So very grateful for that. But right after that, you're going to shift. Now this is extremely slow. Like you do not. It is so dang slow. Okay, or is it? I'm not actually sure. By the way, this shift talent I will be showing you real quick. Hang on. Let me go over here. The shift talent is right about here. All right. So that will give you a small carrot boost. Uh, its effects are not huge at first, but the effects scale. And yes, you do need it despite it costing Robux tokens. All right, now let me sit on here for a little bit more. All right, so let me check my galactic right now. Ooh, I'm getting a little bit more rune speed. All right, so after shift is overlord and mirror. I actually got both of these at the same time, but basically overlord comes from beginner, the 5 million beginner, and it gives you one this amount of times this amount of energy. I'm not sure why, because you're at a point where this is just completely unnecessary, but it gives you a plus rune bulk buff. So that's pretty nice, eh? Um, but at the same time, I was also getting mirror. So mirror, it is a it's a quadratically expanding one. I kind of just switched between Overlord and Mirror. It took me a good like 6 hours. I think if is that what I remember. This game has a lot of AFK. Now after that is Oblivion from Polychrome. So after Overlord and Mirror, right, is Oblivion from Polychrome, and that is a that unlocks a new talent and multiplies a rune bulk. Which, by the way, remember your rune bulk, the actual amount of multiplies, at least from my understanding, the amount it multiplies is not the actual amount you get because you have the carrot boost on the rune bulk, which is just exponentiation. Here is uh, the Oblivion upgrade. It is a exponentially increasing times 1.1 rune speed per upgrade. It starts off at 1 Robux tokens and very slowly creeps up to I think almost 100 at the max level, or maybe it is 100. Anyways, I'm going back to the Hall of Fame. All right, let me just sit here for a little bit. All right, come on, gotta align myself. All right, like so. No, like so. All right, now after Oblivion, once when I say after, it just means when you've maxed it out, or at least mostly maxed it out. There are some cases where it's kind of different. You have immortality from 5 million royal, which 5 million royal is giving quite a few runes, but immortality. Now, once you're done with immortality, I was gonna say you can get Odyssey, but not yet. Once you're done with immortality, you can go to color for Vanta. Now, Vanta was extremely difficult, right? This rune speed buff, oh my goodness, this exponential, like, it took me, I'm pretty sure this was the rune that took me like 2 or 3 days. It was either this or it was immortality. I think it was Vanta though. Now, once you're done with Vanta, you will not be able to max out this ticket buff, right? So once you're done with Vanta, you go over to Arctic for Frostbite, and then you go back to Vanta, and you will be able to max out this ticket buff. If I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comments. Now, after Frostbite, which Frostbite also takes quite a long time, all of these runes do. Frostbite. It has a secret talent. Please do not go searching for it because it is completely useless. At the point of progression that you are at when you get Frostbite, I guess it seems a bit helpful, but basically it gives you plus 50 million rune bulk. Um, very soon after it's that thing right there, right? Very soon after that. Oh yeah, by the way, the Vexed secret talent. This is the Vexed secret talent, and there's a hole in the wall of the um upgrade tree, the talent tree. That gives you a secret talent of times 1.1 rune bulk. So not super useful, huh? Now, after Frostbite is done, finally you can do Odyssey. And Odyssey is in 5 million royal, and here it is. So, as you're doing Odyssey, you will be able to star up this rune, not this rune, the 5 million royal rune. So you saw the rune starring earlier, and I'm not going to go show you it again, but it gives you the Odyssey gives you these buffs, and it actually goes by pretty fast. I would recommend getting maxing out everything with Odyssey before rune starting it. That's kind of how I did it, but it's up to you, of course. After Odyssey is in the same rune, Destiny. Uh, it's not a very slow rune, so yeah, very thankful for that. After Destiny is in Nature, Squid. So Squid is the first super rare one from Nature, and its talent ticket perk I think is actually in the first world for once. And if it's not, of course, just check the second realm, right? Uh, Now after Squid is Array from Basic. Uh, Array is I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to get. I'm not sure how easy it was to max out, but it was probably a couple hours, which is actually pretty fast for these guys. And then after that is Nature's what is it? Cyclone. All right, or is it? Wait a minute. I swear Nature had something else that was called like Torrent or something. Oh, I should go close my door. All right, so if I remember correctly, Cyclone is it just goes by really fast. All of the ones that give you a carrot boost go by really fast. I'm gonna go see where this talent is. Uh, I'm pretty sure it is around one of these islands. Oh, speaking of these islands, let me go grab some loot real quick. All right, here it is. I'm pretty sure this is unlocked with Cyclone. It subtracts your Robux token cooldown. Um, it's not super crazy, but eh. And then so after Cyclone, okay, after Cyclone is Stray, which is the second hidden rune from Cryo. And let's see. All right, so I'm pretty sure this one also took quite a while. All the exponentials, most of the exponentials do. So there's that. And then after that is wait, okay. After that is Triarch. Oh, I should go sit on my rune, my Galactic Rune, so that I don't have to move around. All right. There we go. Whoa! I have a lot of RPS. Look at all that RPS. Um, I'll go do something with it later. But anyways, after Stray is Triarch, and that is in the 5 million Royal. I'm gonna go a little bit faster because Microsoft Clipchamp basically crashes at 30 minutes. Triarch, it gives you a triple boost. Uh, this one's fastest. This one's second fastest, of course. This one took quite a while for me. Uh, so yeah, that's that. After Triarch is Disarray, not Array, from Basic, and that is pretty okay. Uh, so that's that. I'm not sure how long it took me. Probably took me pretty long. I forgot. After that is Bolt, and I'm pretty sure none of these are very slow except for Squid. But Bolt is Bolt. That's that. I'm not exactly sure where Bolt's hidden talent is. I'm gonna check the guide real quick, or like just the yeah. All right. Okay. I've found the Bolt's hidden thing. Oh wait, hang on. I accidentally closed my guide. Let me go find it again. But at the same time, I'm gonna go show you where Bolt is located. Hang on. Okay, and then let me go to my. All right, there we go. Well, that's loading. Oh, it is laggy. But Bolt is going to be behind the color rune, and you go to the right instead of the left. In case you're wondering, the right is going to be this way. It is on this island right here, and it gives you, it's like a tiny rune speed buff. I'm not exactly sure how this works. Perhaps it increases exponentially, perhaps it doesn't. I guess we'll never know. But yeah, that was that. So now I'm going to go back to, actually, I'm going to go to basic rune this time because I have something funny to show you. Well, not really funny, but I describe many things as funny. Now, Apex, look at that. Whoa, 22 already, dang. All right, hang on. I'm going to close the video and then restart it real quick. All right, so the other file, it says it got corrupted or something like that, but it's running perfectly. Might have to convert it into a WebMB file. I'm gonna go close my door first real quick. All right, so now after Bolt, I believe that was the last one I said. Yeah, after Bolt is going to be Zephyr from the polychrome rune, and I think it is okay. It is a dual exponential. Not exactly sure what that means, but that is that. So there's that, and then let me see. After Zephyr is whirl. This took me an extremely not long time, not because of exponentiality, but because it was just at that time so hard for me to get a single whirl. Like I opened seven sep sep sexagentillion uh runes, and somehow I didn't get a single one. Eventually, I got a couple, and then I overnighted it, and I got it maxed. Uh, After that is going after whirl is going to be riptide. So riptide is this little thing. Um, it's got an exponential ticket boost. Once you're done with that, once you've fully maxed it out, finally you can get the Galactic Rune. So riptide is just that big little barrier. And then after Galactic, after the first two of Galactic, Cosmic Dust and Star, uh, there is Apex. So that is the full guide to where I am now of Ascender Incremental. Let me pose real quick for the thumbnail. Probably gotta set my speed to something slower, like that. And then, alright. Let me just unpin my stats real quick. Oh, also make sure you get chromatized. Get chromatized. Okay. Alright. There it is. I have my thumbnail picture now. Uh, and so, yeah. So that is how to get to Apex in Ascender Incremental. Before I go, of course, as with any of my videos of this genre, or any genre really that I should be doing, which I should be doing, um, if you're not Christian, specifically, I'm going to say if you're atheist, uh, not non-religious, not agnostic, just atheist. If you are atheist, that would mean you don't believe in a god or just any god. If you believe in a god, some higher being, that would be agnostic. But if you're atheist, I just want to ask you how you can look at everything around us, everything in us, everything all okay, so like things like and abstract things as well. So for example, mathematics, how it works at our level and at higher levels uh, of size, I mean, and lower levels, of course. Um, or what about not mathematics? What about if you don't want mathematics? What about chemistry? No matter what you do, no matter what chemicals you mix together, you will always get the same results if you have, if all the conditions are the same, right? So, if, as most atheists believe, the world truly was created by chaos and random chance, what happened to that chaos and random chance? Why isn't it here today? Why when I mix lead and sulfur, do I get uh, one thing one day, lead sulfate or something like that, and the next day I don't get gold from it? Why is there so much order? This, and then of course, the chance of this universe being as it is something like 1,114 uh, zeros after one. Not only that, let's just think about the complexity of life. The most simple cell requires, I believe it was 1,000, around 1,000 bases in on the DNA in order to create it. So let's say, or not only that, the proteins required. There's, I think it was like 1,000 different proteins required. Now let's say you only need one of every single protein, right, to make this simple cell. And also, most of the cells we know are a whole lot more complex, like thousands of times more complex, or at least hundreds of times more complex than this little cell, right? So, I'm pretty sure how many proteins are there, right? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna do amino acids instead. How many amino acids? Oh yeah, because DNA is code for amino acid. It's not code for proteins necessarily, right? So let's, even if it was you only need 1,000 amino acids to build this cell, which is not true. You need 1,000 different proteins. Let's just say you need 1,000 different amino acids, right? So to calculate how rare this would be, all one needs to do is do 20 up to the 1,000. um that's the chance of making the perfect amino acid combination for this cell, or rather, I guess I should say protein. Now, you can't do that with a regular calculator, so I'm going to do the logarithm of, hang on, I'm going to do the log 10, or logarithm of 20, right? That's going to be 1.3, and then I'm just going to multiply that by 1,000. Now, this is the equivalent of taking something to a power, and then I'm gonna do 10 up to that whatever thing I got. I didn't actually do it. I'm just reading it right now, but I'm going to just 10 up to the last parts. Let me do this real quick. All right, so the final result, for all of these things to align perfectly, all of these amino acids, okay, all of these amino acids to be just absolutely perfect, right? Remember, these are amino acids and not proteins. Proteins make cells, amino acids make proteins. If it needs 1,000 amino acids, not proteins, to be perfect like this, then it would require a chance of 1 in 1.07 E1301. So the number would be 1.07 E1301. That is 3,000, 1,301 zeros behind that. I know that when a number gets too big, it starts breaking down. And I know that, of course, this is still possible because of it is a tiny chance, but it's possible, right? But the chance of this happening, let's see, how many atoms are in the universe? All right, so they're thinking at most 10 up to the 82 atoms, right? 10 up to the 82 is a tiny number compared to what I just said. Let's say how let's say some people say the universe is what, 13 billion years old. So 13 billion years to picoseconds, which is smaller than nanoseconds. All right, so that is 4 with 29 zeros behind it. And then let me just add 29 and 82. That would be 109, 111. All right, so that would be 4 with 111 zeros behind it. You would need Okay, even if you had every single atom attempting to create this extremely simple cell once every 1 picosecond since the beginning of the universe by what science thinks, which I'm guessing is around 13 billion years, you would still be far, far off. In fact, so far that you would need this amount of, okay, let's see. Let me try to make this more, just more uh like okay to understand. Not okay, but like easy to understand. So, let's say every single atom within the observable universe, so 10 up to the 82 atoms. Every single atom in the observable universe was its own observable universe. So that would be 10 up to the 82 up to the what? Up to the 2? Is that squared? I believe that's squared, right? Yeah, okay. So that would be 164. 10 up to the 164. Now let's say that every hang on. Every atom in our universe, every atom in our universe was every atom in our observable universe was an equivalent to our observable universe. Every atom in that observable universe was an equivalent to our observable universe. Every atom in that observable universe was a universe equal to ours. Every atom in that was the same was held in observable universe equal to ours. And let's do that one more time, two more times, three more times, four more times, five more times, six more times, seven more times, eight more times, nine more times, 10 more times. All right. So quite a bit. Specifically 16 times of every atom in that universe is an observable universe, and every atom in that observable universe. Okay, yeah, right. 16 times you would say this, right? And then if every picosecond, you had every single picosecond in that small of every atom in that smallest observable universe, it tried to make this cell. That would be okay. Let's see how rare it is again. And that was, what was that again? Log of log 20, and it was what, times 1,000? Times 1,000. That would be able to finally make the cell. So we don't need it doing it once every picosecond. Let's go back one observable universe. So 15 of those observable universes with atoms being observable universes. 15 times that, which is 15 times 82, and then add 29 to that. If you have this number, right, of observable universe sections, and then every single picosecond within that, you had um, each atom attempting to make this specific cell, and it has all the things it needs to succeed, it just needs to align them perfectly, you will still be, oh my goodness, all right, you will still be 1E42 off, which is gonna be how much is that? 1E42 duodecillion. You will still be about a tredecillion times slower. It would still be a 1 in 1 tredecillion chance. So my point is, this is basically impossible, right? So you really believe? Yeah, sure, you can believe in evolution. I believe in evolution. Evolution does happen. Evolution did happen. We saw evolution, right? But evolution is not the origin of life. The origin of life is God, right? That there's no other explanation for how our universe, everything got here, right? And also, if you think that, oh, being a Christian is restricting, do you know how hopeless an atheistic view is? That everything's there's no final justice, right? So like all those people you cried out for, the Jews in the Holocaust, the um people who are in war ravaged countries and war is all they've known. There will be no final justice, no final rest for them, right? If truly by the viewpoint, there will be none of us have meaning. None of us have purpose. You ask, why am I here? You cannot create your own purpose. I guarantee you, you cannot create your own purpose. That's why people have midlife crises when they are millionaires and have pretty much done everything that there is to be done besides, I don't know, becoming a billionaire and taking over the government, right? You can't fulfill yourself. And that's just another thing. Everyone is searching for something, right? That song lyrics, sail the world on the seven seas, everybody's searching for something. Maybe it doesn't tie in with this, I don't care. But it's a lyric, right? Everybody is searching for something. And that something simply cannot be accessed when you believe there's no God. It simply cannot. You cannot have fulfillment in this life because there's no point in fulfillment in this life from an atheistic viewpoint. There's no point in like as there was some famous guy who said this. He said that if life is meaningless and there's no reason to live and life is simply suffering, then why don't we just kill ourselves? I know that sounds really, really bad. Um, I hope YouTube doesn't take me down for that. But this is an atheist who said, "What's the point of living if it's meaningless, it's worthless, and it's just suffering?" Right? I don't think it's just suffering. By what I That's just what I think. If you've suffered a lot, I am sorry for you. I send my condolences. But life really isn't just suffering. Um, and of course, okay, I'm going off a cliff here. Anyways, my point is, when you look at atheism closer, it just completely falls apart. It is the mindset for the simple who don't want to think there's a God, who want to think they're in control, who want to think there's no purpose to anything. There's no purpose of whatever there is. It's an easy way to take responsibility off yourself. And I know Christianity kind of seems like that, but it's an easy way to make yourself not be able to be held accountable. I know Christianity is kind of teaches something similar to where you're always going to be forgiven, but Jesus still did teach to do, well, good stuff, right? And so if you're atheist, please do give God a chance. Sounds kind of cynical, I know, but just uh, please do give Christianity a try. Go attend church sometime or something like that. But I have gone really into overtime. But if you have any questions about what I just said, my massive lecture, uh, if you have any counterpoints or what something like that, please do comments on my video. And with that, I hope you have a good day. I wish you luck in your journey on getting Apex and Galactic. I wish luck in your spiritual journey, wherever that may take you. And oh, and thank you for all the subscribers. If you're watching this and you're a subscriber, I haven't really been posting, but I've been getting a few subscribers. So thank you for that. And with that, have a great day.